bring you up to date as the recap. Yeehaw! Hello. Yes, indeed. Savage Thursdays. Welcome, everybody. We got kind of a slim crowd to start with tonight. Wicked is here. Drake is here playing Timmons, and Venerick is here playing Luke. But in Gorgio is stuck in.
Boo.
Boo. Says boo. Fuck. 34 months,
No,
man.
that was
Damn.
that was more like a ghost, boo.
Oh, like boo. Yeah, that was a boo, all right. You guys,
It scared him.
You know, I even thought about that just before the game started. I thought, okay, somebody might try to get me right off the bat here. So, and then I just completely out the door as soon as I can't remember
Forgot
what happened 2 minutes ago. Anyway, welcome again. It is Savage Thursdays, and we're playing Deadlands and getting near the end of the Flood campaign. Tonight is session 86. We've been going for over 2 years in this one campaign. But they're winding down, and basically the characters are trying to find these petroglyphs that are the symbol, the ancient symbol of the earthquake to like the Hopi and the Navajo and the Apache and the one-time Anasazi and whatnot. And they are trying to blood these things, leave their blood on them so they can hopefully take down the evil Reverend Ezekiah Grimm, who is believed to be bringing this great famine to the Southwest, and just killing people left and right, and people killing each other.
And then he's eating people. Don't forget that.
Yeah, he's eating people. Well, unfortunately, Venerick was away last week. He was part of the huge electric outage in Memphis because of the ice storms, and he still didn't have power at game time. So he really missed out, and we were kind of waiting on his character to, further enter into this little. Actually, it's a random encounter, but the way it rolled up is the way it rolled up. So, Venerick was also not here last week for the old ancient wizened Apache woman that showed up out of nowhere, kind of squatting next to your fire, and she, spoke of some things, and then you guys were looking at each other going, what? And you turn back around, she's gone.
I think we just interacted with the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, very likely. Very likely. Something like that happened. So let's see. Let me.
I do remember Timmons was sleeping the whole time and doesn't know anything.
Why are you echoing?
Because of that right there. There.
Cause that right
Sounded
there.
like you were shouting down a hall.
Cause that right there. So yeah, in Gorgio, and then Brad, his new job takes him, an hour late. But what the heck? He's been through almost, he's been through 2 years of this campaign. We can't say, Brad, you're gonna have to tell your new employer that you just can't do that on Thursday night. So anyway, he'll be here in about an hour, and we ought to have, a full group. Hopefully, and Gorgio makes it home without a fender bender. He
or worse.
Or worse, yeah. Let's see. Old woman. Okay, so you guys are on your way to Devil's Postpiles. It's the last location that you know of. where one of these petroglyphs was marked. You knew where there were 4 because it was like the stone broken at the top and bottom, but it had 4 markings on it. You guys realized that this looks like a map of California. And indeed, where these little lightning bolts were on this stone, you guys said, well, if we use this as a map of California, and you went there, and sure enough, you found these locations. But there were only 4. You need 7.
How many have we played on? Is it 3?
3.
I did 2, and was it Timmons did the 3rd? Or somebody did the 3rd.
Since you weren't here last session, you did all 3.
Okay.
Because we couldn't remember, and it was cool that Luke is doing it all, because he would.
Well, he's the one that's got the big chip on his shoulder for Graham. Some kind of, I don't know. How did it go, Luke? How did that story go? Reverend Graham wooed your wife and stole her away, or what was the deal?
Well, he had asked me to go out and fetch some people from the train station, and when I returned with him, he was in the chapel or whatever, carving up his wife, preparing to cook her.
Oh yeah, he was eating your wife.
And not in the less harmful sense.
Right.
Not in the
Less
blood-wink
cannibalistic.
sense, but
Yeah. So anyway, this happened last week. You your character was here, but you as a player, I want you to be aware of what she said. So anyway, this old woman shows up. And she says, "Famine's eye is upon you, and a great horde of spears bears down upon you in a cloud of dust that blocks out the night sky. Thunder shakes the very earth, and from this great horde you cannot run, but to stand against it will be your greatest test. Prepare yourselves. You will know when the time grows near." And then that very evening, there was like, you're not sure, a very faint rumble along about midnight.
Yeah, I think you notes in the calendar said minor earthquake or something.
Yeah. But not, yeah. Timmons kind of hit the
Or we
nail
were
on.
far enough away.
Yeah, Timmons actually good. He said, "Is it a stampede?" And it did sound like horses, like hundreds of horses, kind of, but yet the ground was shaking and you know, not like an earthquake where it actually vibrate large boulders across the desert or something like that.
yeah,
Well,
Timmons woke everybody up. He's like, "Did the stampede coming? Everybody hide." Whatever you do in a stampede, I don't know.
Hide from the stampede.
I'm from the city.
Run.
Take some sort of cover.
Climb a tree. I think would be a smart thing to do. Unless it's a stampede of sturges, then that's probably a bad thing.
Stampede of sturges.
Sturges wouldn't stampede. They'd be all like locust-like.
So they would swarm. Yeah.
I like sturges in 5e, using them against characters because they're like this wimpiest. Well, they got 1 hit point, 1 or 2.
No, they got like 4, maybe 2 to 4, depending on how you set your options.
But all it takes is one of them to hit and latch on, and then everybody starts freaking out. It's like it's just a.
Get it off me! Get it off me! Get it off me!
What's funny is you could always take an action and pull them off, but no one does. They keep missing it.
Very good. So that happened, later that night, around midnight. It's now the 30th of November. It's the following evening, and the posse comes upon a party of, 3 people sitting here and around the campfire, and they got this big rump roast, and they're like cooking it over this spit, kind of slowly turning. Come, Lord's provided this bounty. And Timmons he's all nervous. Him and Squeezy G is both. Of course, I don't know why Squeezy Cheese is. He's not really. He's heard these stories though about that the posse has told him about this cannibalism stuff going on. So everybody's a little leery, and you don't know quite what to make of it. And the last thing you heard the guy say was, "Brother Kenny, tell him about the great teachings of the teachings of the greatest prophet of the modern age, the Holy Father, Reverend Ezekiah, whatever, Ezekiah
Yeah,
Graham."
at that
So I was
phrase.
here for like the visions of them.
You're doing what? Say again, Wicked.
I was here for like the visions of Grim when everything went down, and all that.
Yes.
What
Yep.
was Susie?
Yes. So you went back and looked for that. We were trying to figure out which one of these characters that was. So, yeah. Yeah. So what would you like to do? We kind of left it there because everybody says no. We got to wait to see what Venom's character does here.
Well, I do appreciate that since Luke's enemy is Grim. But yeah, at the sentence where they said, "Let me tell you about the good Lord," blah blah blah. He's gonna groan, say, "Oh, here we go," and roll his eyes.
Are you gonna let him preach?
Oh, I'll let him preach. I just won't listen, and I'll slap away anybody's hands that tries to eat the meat that's cooking.
And Timmons is going to do his best, his absolute best, to try to stay awake.
Oh, so you guys are gonna camp here with these guys?
No, Timmons is sitting here while they're discussing what they're doing, and he's trying to stay awake.
During the sermon?
Oh.
Timmons, no sermon for me, please.
This is like the Wild West wilderness version of the soup kitchen. It's okay to come and get a bowl of soup, but you got to listen to a sermon.
Yeah, I'm just gonna close my eyes over here because there's a gnat in it. Just over here on this log. You can have my portion there, Luke, of whoever that prophet was.
No, I'm not partaking of this tainted meat. None of you should either.
It smelled pretty good, so I tell you that.
Well, you can. They do have a fire going, so I guess you guys could, camp here. It is evening. You camp here with them, or you continue on down the road.
Wait, do they seem to be wearing any sort of uniform or anything? Like, do they have any specific like robes or insignias?
No, these guys don't. These guys don't. They're just, they look like, any number of people that more urban clothing though. They don't, their clothing's well worn, but
might be farmers, kind of.
No, more urban, more city type. Nice. At one time, their clothing was, probably pretty nice. You definitely wouldn't be farming in clothing like this.
Oh, I was more just thinking it could be useful to get into the city later, and it would be worth robbing if they had anything that would help us disguise.
Yeah, no, just in common clothing. So, you guys camp here or not? Continue on down the road. Nobody's eating their food, and the guy's preaching to you, and he's looking at the sky more than he's looking at you. And he, whether you guys are paying attention to him or not, he's went into this. You can tell it's a well-rehearsed sermon he's got going. I'm not sure what you're trying to notice.
Timmons is trying to notice if anyone noticed that he fell asleep.
Fell asleep. Oh, that's his notice rule. See if he could stay awake.
That's technically at a -4, by the way.
Oh yeah, Luke and Doc definitely notice you fall asleep.
Well, I mean, it's not that his hat's down over his eyes. He does have a little piece of his stogie still hanging out of his mouth, though, as he's.
Cool. I would not be opposed to sharing their fire, but I will not partake of their meal if everybody else wishes to camp here.
I'll have nothing to say.
I'm really surprised at how Veno handled this.
See the whisper I just sent you, even though I accidentally sent it as Doc Fong.
No, I see it. Yeah. I knew Brad wasn't here yet.
He's like secretly in his tutoring session on Fantasy Ground, whispering you.
Tutoring.
You
Yeah.
know what? I wouldn't put it past him, to be honest.
He does send us messages like on he tutors on the night that he does his Monday night game. And yes to all. Now you can calibrate. And
Okay.
he's still working, but he'll send us a message. Oh, I'm going to be a little bit later, about 5 minutes, but I'll go ahead and bring the table up. He's still working, still, he's getting paid to do something else. But anyway, he doesn't work for you, anybody, the employers out there that are watching this. This Brad is not the Brad that works for you, so don't worry about it.
Brad's not even his real name.
So you guys are just off the main trail here that goes into this forest of huge trees,
Oh yeah, why don't we take a look at the map since
yeah, we can do that. Let's see.
since it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, let me flip over to this.
Oh yeah, we have a token even.
Yep, there's the posse. Right here looking at this big. And these missionaries were headed to Fort Norton. Now, these are kind of like logging roads. This thing you've been following. It's not on any map you've seen. But you've seen some people traveling here and there over the last couple of days. And, just go on this way, northeast. You kind of know where you're going. All right, so.
That's because Timmons isn't guiding us.
Oh. Is that your character's perspective on that, Wicked?
Well, pretty much, he's a shepherd. They're not headed up towards his herd, though. So.
Yeah, that's true. The shepherd. So, you guys make camp. You gonna keep watches?
Does somebody wake
No?
Timmons up for first watch?
I'm assuming we're staying with the missionaries overnight at their fire.
Unless somebody wakes Timmons up and says, let's go, he's probably going to get a blanket out. The log doesn't look that comfortable, though. He's grumbling.
All right, well, get up and do your watch.
I thought I slept through my watch. Damn it.
Good try.
So Timmons gets the first watch.
Yeah, he'll go get a couple pieces of wood and throw it on the fire. Is there any of that meat still cooking?
It's sitting off to the side. It's already cooked, but yeah, you can warm some up.
No, he was going to take it off of the fire if it was still there. He doesn't want to look at it.
It's cooked completely. It's laying there on the. They got a stump pulled up here where they've been carving chunks off of it.
How many watches are we up? Like 3?
Looks like 4.
Okay, I'll take the third then.
Yep, 4 2-hour watches. So you're gonna switch with Sweezy G?
Yes.
All right.
How many of these urban folk are there?
3.
And are they, do they have like sleeping bags, or do they just look like they're sleeping in the dirt?
There's no tents.
Blankets?
They're just got a bedroll laid out here by this fire, and they're all kind of curled up next to it. Of course, they put some big rocks in there to heat them rocks up, and so they probably got some hot rocks at their.
Timmons wants to kind of do a little poking around. He wants to see if there's a extra bedroll and an extra backpack and maybe a pair of boots that don't belong to a body. I mean, a person.
Oh,
I mean, you're not wrong either way.
Well, you do find
Yeah.
You do find
I'm on
extra
watch.
clothing. They got bags over here like of their clothing in it and stuff, like these great big duffel bags. These guys are prepared to
Yeah.
travel. They're missionaries.
Yeah, but nothing
You don't find an
odd
extra
that
set of boots
there was
though.
more than 3 people at one time. That's obvious. Like,
what are you going to use for investigating?
I mean, I think he's pretty smart in the ways of streetwise, maybe.
Streetwise, it's like this looks unusual. Yeah. Well, let's see what kind of roll you can give me for streetwise roll. Yeah. You're looking for for an extra pair of shoes for one thing. If there's an extra pair of shoes here, you don't find an extra pair of shoes. There are some other changes of clothing. But there's nothing that
necessarily.
There's nothing that blatantly says yes, that looks
like a dried up skull with a spine attached to it hanging in a tree nearby.
Yeah, there's nothing
like that. Okay.
No.
Like the Predator.
I'd like to go back and watch that movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. So that's what you do on your watch?
Pretty much. Just wandering around camp, trying to stay awake.
What about Susie G? Timmons wakes you up a couple hours later.
Hey man, sorry to wake you up, but it's your watch. And Timmons quickly gets back away from him because he doesn't want to get cut or shanked or Suzuki'd.
I'd say leave them alone. I mean, unless they're doing something. So you'll just keep watch reliably.
He just stares at him the whole 2 hours. Just stares at the.
Well, it always seems that one of them is awake, one of the three of them is awake. It's not till the early hours of the morning when you wake up Luke. Luke takes his watch. They all finally, all three of them lay down there like, well, maybe we can trust these guys type thing, but it looks like he'd been studying scripture or something, and then he'd go to sleep and he'd wake his buddy up. Well, when you go to wake Luke up, Luke gets up and they all three kind of go to sleep.
Sounds good. I mean, if he ever tries to talk to me, I'll just respond in Mandarin and act like I don't know English, and then just continue staring at him.
Well, they do. The one that's awake could occasionally. Timmons, he does this when you're up too. And he'll contemplate. He'll include you in his contemplations on the scriptures. When Abraham took Isaac up on the mountain to sacrifice him, and the good Lord stayed his hand at the last moment. Just stuff like that. And they're trying to share their thoughts with you. Timmons, do you respond to them when you're...
I think Timmons just says...
He's really trying to convince you.
Timmons says, the scripture just basically says, trigger the flood, destroy the city, kill the 13.
I don't believe I read that anywhere in here.
That's because you got the wrong book.
So you go to sleep, and this guy, he wakes up his buddy, and his buddy gets up, and he gets his Bible out, and he starts to read. Sweezy G's staying on watch. He tries to talk to you a couple times, and you just look at him and respond in Mandarin. Eventually, he just quits talking. And you see him over there, his head's starting to nod, head starting to nod. And finally, it's time to wake Luke up. And Luke, you get up and you see this guy. It looks like he's been awake, and you see him go over and lay down on his pallet and pull his blanket over himself. And you're on your watch, nothing too much going on. You gonna wake Doc Fong up in a couple hours, or
I'll probably just let him sleep and take the last watch as well.
you're just gonna get about 4 hours sleep tonight, huh?
Yep.
All right.
You know, in Deadlands, if you only get 4 hours of sleep, you lean to the left the whole day.
Is that
You
how it
know, I
works?
don't normally lean to the left.
I don't know what the rule
Got
is.
that Clint Eastwood stand where you kind of always lean over to the left a little bit.
And you get that scowl constantly the whole day. I would say your charisma checks are lowered because you're grumpy.
Yeah.
If I don't get enough sleep, I'm grumpy. Like,
Yep.
"Rawr."
Yep. Definitely charisma checks lowered. Maybe your notice rolls.
Well,
So
it depends on the coffee, the amount of coffee you drink. The notice rolls could get.
speaking of coffee, you putting coffee on, Luke? You getting the breakfast ready for everybody? Doc Fong usually does that.
Yeah, I'll do that this time.
Yeah. Well, you find
What
about
meat or breakfast we might have.
yeah, you find that there's not much food left. You know, there is this
Well,
big
I
chunk of
definitely
meat that's
don't even
sitting here.
touch.
Doesn't look rotten at all.
I ain't touching the meat because I know exactly what it is. At least I'm assuming I know what it is since it's Grimm's guys. Better safe than sorry, right?
Timmons says, at least we know it's not family. Why are there coffee grinds in this? Doc, you did a bad job this morning.
Do I look like Doc?
Oh. Timmons looks over at Doc that's still sleeping. Somebody let him sleep in?
You know, he's old and all. He was sleeping so
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, he didn't get his 2 naps today. We made him walk. So, we need to see if we can scrounge up some meat. Not that kind either. And Timmons points to what's left of the. He's like, that ain't rotten either. That's kind of weird. I guess Fred stays fresh.
We probably shouldn't dawdle, our
You're not
quote
awake
unquote
yet.
friends.
They're not awake yet. Let's see.
Yeah, I think Marb's doing some things because I did some things.
Timmons smelled coffee since he got 12 hours of sleep. Well, I don't know how long the sermon was. He thinks he got 12 hours of sleep. Might be 10 minutes.
Well, you're pretty sure it was more than 10 minutes because when you passed out during the sermon, it was night. You woke up morning.
No, I meant before we went to bed. Before he did his watch. He fell asleep.
I need a notice roll from Timmons, from Swizzy G, and from Doc Fong, and from Albert. I will.
All right, maybe Timmons didn't wake up. Was Timmons asleep?
Timmons is asleep. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So that's a
Albert,
-1
notice
for
fear
Timmons.
-1. Why does he got fear check? He shouldn't have fear check. So it's
He's scared because we're walking away from the bars. He's nervous. Never been so far away from Mars.
I'll hex you for that one.
All right.
Oh, it's
So
bigger.
you guys
Yeah,
do wake
spirit-
up the next morning slowly.
Spirit roll -2. Spirit roll -2,
Oh,
by the way.
okay.
In
Yeah,
spirit world.
It's a -2 because of the rays.
All right.
So you know that, Timmons, this is happening before you wake up.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
matter of fact, Timmons is still going to be sleeping unless somebody wakes him up, because that's just the way it is. You always have to wake Timmons up.
Yeah, Timmons has a -4 to wake up.
But sun starts coming up, which is late. It is late November. As a matter of fact, I believe it is now. Yeah,
You know what, Marb?
it's December 1st.
You know what, Marb? I'm going to play Benny and say that I found about half dozen snake eggs.
Oh yeah, for your breakfast?
Yep.
Snake eggs. Good God, man, you
mean-
gonna cook them?
I mean, why not? I mean, they can't be much different than like chicken and bird eggs, right?
I guess it depends on how long the eggs have been being warmed.
I don't know that snakes lay eggs without, without having a mating partner there. And some snakes lay eggs and some give live birth. So, rattlesnakes,
The
I
Benny
think they lay
says it
eggs.
was 7 eggs of some sort, maybe.
7 eggs of, it's a fucking prairie chicken. Let's say it's a prairie chicken, because damn, son, let's not eat
Well, some
snake
sort of bird
eggs.
anyway.
The dire prairie
Yeah,
chicken. They're
yeah,
big
you-
eggs. They're like this big.
You find,
Yeah.
okay, you spin a Benny, so you found some breakfast for everybody. Doc Fong wakes up, Susie G wakes up to what?
Coffee made. The eggs are cooking. I probably scrambled them up. And the missionaries seem to be gone. And I probably hold on. I gotta whisper it.
Is there a boy stuffed in the water by the well in pieces? What's going on? Last time the DM and Fenric whispered this much, it was because he was murdering my NPC. Timmons is
Okay, the missionaries are gone, and there seems to be quite a bit of blood everywhere.
like
all
pools
over,
of it.
like big, thick, clotted arterial pools of blood, like about where their throats would have been in the sleeping bag in their bedrolls, which are still laying there.
Does it look like 2 sticks were drug 3 times across into the woods somewhere?
Get me a survival roll, Timmons.
Timmons is asleep, so for now, until somebody wakes him up, or the sun does, or something. I don't know. He's got a -4 to wake up. So,
well, I'd say Doc Fong and Susie G are the first ones up to notice this. Then,
well, after those two get up, I'll probably kick Timmons a bit. It's like, hey, wake up.
I have fourth watch. That means I get to sleep in.
Breakfast is ready. I found some eggs.
Breakfast.
Don't mind all the blood around.
Timmons like just somehow just sits straight up when eggs are mentioned. He's like, "You got eggs? Hey, what happened to them fellas? Did they leave?"
all their shit's still
Timmons
over there.
gets up.
Their duffel
putting
bags
his
are
boots
still
on.
They
there.
left. Yeah, all their stuff is there. Just the bodies aren't.
Yeah.
You could say they left.
Timmons looks Timmons looks around. He'll give you that notice roll now.
Well, it's not like he's really trying to hide it. He probably picks up his knife off the ground and just wipes it off on some of the clothing from the missionaries.
Yeah, Timmons, you can see where the
Did
you're
they
like,
drag themselves out there? Timmons points the direction of the drag marks.
No,
The-
that was me. I have an issue eating while there's dead bodies lying around.
Yeah, but the whole baking the dead bodies was that because they were preaching too late. They wouldn't shut up. What happened?
I didn't want their word to spread any further than it already has, and it was more opportunistic to do it at night.
oh, do I have
Hmm.
your token thing turned off?
My token thing.
Oh no, never mind. Yeah, it's on.
Oh no, I was. Yeah,
I just happened to
sorry.
look
I
over
had
and
my
see
camera.
that. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna switch back to role play anyways, because we're not really on a map. Yeah. So you guys had this nice breakfast. I mean, it's pretty slim.
These are pretty
Just
good eggs.
eggs.
Yeah. What do you put in it? Is that
Not just
thyme?
Yeah, they had some, quite a lot of seasoning surprisingly for missionaries.
Well, Fred doesn't come pre-seasoned.
Kenny and Fred and
Bob.
brother Kenny's not here anymore.
Sometimes,
Yes, I'm a bastard.
All right.
No,
so,
we're just all disappointed as a player. You just disappointed all the players because you didn't let us play. You murdered them all without our help. That's just wrong. Wrong. I would have helped. I would have blown somebody's head off with a shotgun.
I understand, but Luke, this is out of character. Luke kind of feels like it's his goal, his mission in life to fuck over Grim any way he can. So
We know he takes pleasure in it. He didn't want no one to share.
well, there
his
is a
happening.
carbine repeater laying here.
Tim, like, look, that was how they kill Freds right there.
You're thinking the rump roast came
carbine.
from Fred?
What's that?
You think the rump roast came from Fred?
I think it's Fred's right butt cheek.
Not that size.
Who is
Boneless.
Fred exactly?
Some poor sap that got his right butt cheek roasted.
And probably the rest of them too.
Wow.
Well, let's go into the next phase of this little adventure, which is making your way through the redwood forests, which are being logged by what used to be companies of men basically owned by Quan, who is now dead. If you guys remember,
Did we
Tam
do it?
pulled his heart out. The Battle of Shanfan. Remember? Right afterwards, you were walking around, bullet or bandage, bullet or bandage, and then you come upon Tam and Big Ears Tam and Kang, and Kang's talking to Quan, and then he reaches in and just pulls his heart out.
I think Timmons gave some healing potion to one of them. I don't know. I don't remember.
That's been
Some
a long time
tea.
ago. This again, 86, session 86 tonight.
Yes, Sweezy was in direct attendance.
Yeah, he watched it happen, knowing that anybody can do that.
I was at the champion right hand man. I was at Tam's side when they.
Yeah, so you guys take off the next day, and now we're going to do what's called a skill challenge to try to find your way through the forest, because you get in here and you realize there are logging roads that that fork and split and cut off here and there all over the place. No signs,
There it is.
nothing.
I'm sorry.
Wow, he has a lot of edges.
Who?
Doc
Doc?
Fong. Yeah.
So everybody think of, look over your character sheet and find me a skill that you're willing to use to help keep the party on the right track. There are 5 of you, so basically we're looking for 3 successes out of 5 in order to continue moving the direction you need to make it to Devil's Postpiles.
I'm going to
Doc
go
Fong.
with athletics in climbing the trees and scouting out distance when needed.
These are big fucking trees, bro.
Like
will-
redwoods.
They're
Well, I
redwoods,
don't have to
man.
necessarily go to the top in order to see down ahead and scout.
Yeah, that's true.
You just need to be able
I
to
can
get.
also get high enough to see where the sun is. And
Yeah. Well, let's check the weather charts to see if it's safe outside. Anybody?
It's never safe outside.
Blinded by the light. All right, so tell you what. Who's the first one in line? That's Wicked. Give me a roll on that table.
Yeah, no, 100 plus 2. Deadly weather. That's not good. Hold on.
Maybe I
Let me
won't be
look at my
climbing trees.
cards.
Wait, can you use this Benny right here to re-roll that?
Oh,
I'll
no.
let you re-roll
No.
it with a Benny if you want to use a Benny. I'll let you re-roll that. Or do you want to see what happens with weather here?
Seeing as I
Wow, it
fared
copy.
much worse than everybody else in the last deadly weather, I'm going to go ahead and Benny.
Okay.
You
I
did.
was
You
within,
did.
like,
You
an inch of
you
death.
almost died. Nice. That's the
19.
way to use a Benny.
Peaceful with clear skies. So, give me that athletics roll. I don't know. You have not done that yet. No. Give me an athletics roll, just to see how well you climb these trees.
Hey, Marv, I'm not exactly sure how it did this, but I was trying to move a card from Doc Fong's sheet to Luke's, and somehow I got an extra use of a card and doubled that one. So ignore that completely.
Ignore out of the
Because I
frying
am
pan.
not
Okay.
using it. I'm just putting things back right, like it was supposed to.
Okay.
Because Brad's not allowed to have that card.
Oh. Now, Benno, you can't do that to him, man. What are you kidding me?
I mean, I traded one of my cards at least, so.
Yeah, you can't do that to him. No, he gets that card back if he wants to play it. I had fun with it the
Okay.
last time he played those cards.
See, Venno, you
course
just
you
you
did.
never tell the dealer that you're cheating. You just do it. I mean, come on.
Let's see.
I switched them back.
Should be playing your Hexslinger. He's better at cards than you were.
Yeah.
You mean my
The dead one?
I mean
The
my,
dead undead Harrow Hexlinger?
no, he wasn't a hex slinger because this character's a hex slinger.
Yeah, he was
I thought he had cards.
He did, but that's not hex slinging. Can't think
Gambit.
what it's called.
it
gambit.
begins with an H.
Huckster. That's it.
Huckster.
Huckster. Thank you.
That's what I meant. Huckster.
Yeah. It's just I was drawing a blank.
Well, so was I, and I'm glad you thought of it. So Sweezy G gives me an athletics roll, and that's a success. What would Doc
Mr.
Fong
Knight.
want to use there, Venno? What skill would he use to keep you on the right path?
Probably survival. I would.
Probably survival. If
Yeah.
survival is your,
I'm assuming the woodsman would apply to it.
oh yeah, There you go. There's 2. All you need is 1 more. Timmons?
Timmons wants to make a compass.
He wants to make a compass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a magnetic needle compass in floating water.
Does Timmons know how to do that?
Is he
Timmons
smart enough to?
Timmons has the repair skill, which gives him some sense of electronics and the way magnets and things work. So
Okay. Okay, you sold me on it. So let's see if you can. You take the cap off of this jar you've got. You fill some water up in it, and
he frictions up some, a nice piece of iron on a stone and gets it all magnetized up, and he puts it on a little piece of leaf and he drops it on there, and it starts to swivel and turn, and then he sneezes and the whole thing goes flying. No, let me roll the
well, let's
repair
see.
roll.
And he sneezes.
I'm gonna Benny it because where'd it go? Repair. There we go. There.
Same thing.
It's pointing.
He's like-
It's pointing off this one direction. You're like, no, that ain't direction. Because Sweetie G's gone. We need to go that way. And Doc Fong's like, yes, this way. And Timmons like, no, it ain't. It's over here.
Timmons keeps double checking it, and he keeps looking. He said, "Crap! It's pointing to that cactus. It's pointing to that cactus over there."
Fucking cactus again. Let's see. Streetwise ain't gonna help out here in the woods. Shooting, riding, persuasion, notice, fighting, hunting, boating, athletics, academics. I don't know. I don't know that Albert has any fucking skill.
Well, wait. He's gonna imitate whatever Doc does and try to do it better.
Oh, survival woodsman. Okay,
He's gonna try to
I'm
do it
better
better.
than that. Untrained in survival. Well, I say it's.
Hey, it's worked for him.
Timmons is right. Timmons is right. It's over this way. And we've got one more character, Luke. What skill are you going to use? That's 2 successes and 2 failures.
Okay, I'm assuming it's at least mid morning during the day, right?
But we're just. This is as the day goes by.
Yeah.
To figure out where you end up at by the end of this day.
Well, I was wondering if I could use my boating knowledge to know at least the direction, east west ish.
Boating?
No,
this has nothing to do with boating.
it's worth a shot at least.
He's like, if I tie a sheep shank around the cactus, does it point north?
A sheep shank?
Boating, right? Some kind of knot.
I don't know. Is that a type of knot, a sheep shank?
Yes, it is.
I have no.
I
didn't
only
get
know that because I
badge.
watched Jaws.
Oh.
I'm aware of it because of Boy Scouts, but
So what other skill do you have, Luke, that might be handy here?
I don't think a Colt would help. How about a general just smarts roll?
Just
It's not
at
really.
some time in some world you learned how to do something that the DM's going to help you with. Is that what you're doing?
I'll give you a straight up smarts roll at -2 if you don't have a skill befitting this.
Well, I mean, I have survival, but it's only a D4. But
Well, that's better than a. Well, I don't know.
Unless
It might
your
not
smarts is a D8.
Yeah.
It is. My
Well,
smarts is a D8.
I would roll the D8 -2 then. Bada bam!
There's your success. All right, so Luke's like, nope, Timmons, no, Albert.
Apparently,
We're going
don't
this
point
way.
it at the cactus.
And you kind of stay on track, and you move another day closer.
Yeah, listen to the old Chinese man.
So the way the survival reads, that a successful survival roll provides enough food and water for one person for 1 day or 5 people with a raise. So can we try to like get some food
You can. And now
during
that you're in the
our
forest,
skill challenge?
yes, you definitely can to try to get some. You can use your survival to try to get enough food for people to
Uh,
survive through the day, because really you guys don't have much in the way of rations and stuff on you. You've realized it's rations ain't gonna last that long.
Well, Timmons has got his he's looking for some squirrels or something
Some squirrels.
in these big
Got his
big
shotgun.
trees.
Got his shotgun and all right.
He's gonna damn big giant dire squirrels.
So you
He's scared.
you see this squirrel
Too
go
scared of the dire squirrels.
boom. You fire it, and the squirrel just kind of hops off, and you see it barking at you up there on the branch. You're like, that's not a giant squirrel. Just a regular sized squirrel.
They just way the hell up in the tree. You can't
Way
shoot
the
that far.
hell up in the tree.
Like, good lord, that's a long. Shotgun doesn't even get up that high. Like because it's like 14 squares up there.
Doc Fong, I think, is real good at survival too, and he has woodsman, and you are,
Yes, he is.
in the woods, so, at least he could find some plant life or something maybe. Oh
Ooh,
yeah,
blueberries.
Great.
with the rays, yeah, he's able to find,
Ooh,
uh,
5-gallon bucket of blueberries.
quite a feast. If you guys eat a 5-gallon bucket of blueberries, I'm gonna say you're out of commission the next day. Completely out of commission, as everybody's got the shits.
I never eaten that many I don't like blueberries, so I don't know what it does to you. But
Like any other
I've eaten,
berries, they give
that
you the
many-
shits. You eat a
I
5.
have eaten a lot of blackberries.
Yeah, if you eat a lot of any fruit, it's likely to give you the shits.
Yeah.
Except bananas.
Well, Doc Fong, so how much food do you
Even
get with a
bananas.
raise, Drake? What's that say again about survival?
Enough to feed 5 people.
There you go.
That's why I said a 5-gallon bucket of blueberries.
So as you're walking and following these
Look,
different roads through the day,
wild cantaloupes.
Timmons is like, we need to go this way. And a couple times Albert and Timmons try to talk you guys into going. You're like, no, you guys, you end up getting back on the right track and trying to, move in the right direction. Doc is gathering stuff up along the way, and he even snatches up a couple of frogs when you come to this. It's what's called a mule pond. Is anywhere where they're using mules like they are out here to log, they build these big ponds that hold water so they can water the mules and stuff. And so Doc gets in there and he grabs some frogs, and hey, we got some frogs and some blueberries and stuff for dinner, and it's enough for 5 people. You guys make it through the first night. And the day passes without incident. So the first night, I guess we're going to go by the watches in here again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we'll go by the normal watches.
Normal
this time.
watches this time. Okay. All right. So, the night passes without issue, and we come to the next day. Let's see. Luke, give me a roll on that table.
Okie dokie.
It's partly cloudy, so just partly cloudy. You can see the sun pop out every now and then, so we'll use our skill checks again to see if you can stay on course. I need 3 successes. Doc is successful. Luke is successful. And Timmons, you're able to yeah, you're noticing that everybody else tends to know where which way to go, and every now and then you see old the Chinese priest Susie G over here, and he'll go climbing up this tree, and it's like, you know, not much for him. Just sticking these sharp pegs in there. It's almost like climbers' gaffs, you know. Um, and you guys are able to move along, and you come to the San Joaquin River, I believe it is. I have to pull up my other map of California, which I'll do that just so I can be accurate.
We ain't seen no cactuses in a while. We must be heading in the right direction.
It is, yes, the San Joaquin River.
Yay for geography.
And the San Joaquin, yay for geography. That's exactly what Brad would say if he was here. And you know what?
You're probably right.
He should be along here within about 10 minutes. Vino, why don't you send him a message and see if we should take a break now, and he'll be ready to go in about 10. If not, we'll continue on here for a little bit. But everyone is at the San Joaquin River. It is about 3 in the afternoon. I do need to advance the calendar.
I would imagine that we're probably close to where it's coming out of the hills, and it's pretty rapid here.
It is pretty. It's there's a lot of logs on the river. A lot of logs floating down through here. You realize that crossing this thing is going to be very, very dangerous. Several places the elevation drops rapidly, so it'll go through a series of shut-ins.
Is there enough logs to
Like
strap
walk across.
together a quick raft?
Well, you could travel the river a ways and see if you can't find a place where they're all jammed up in a pool, and you might be able to, say, walk across the logs.
Or we can jam them up if we wanted to.
Well, you'll find places in whenever
Timmons shows everybody a couple of sticks of dynamite. He's like, I know how to jam a river up.
you would naturally come to places where the logs jam and you know, they kind of spill out one at a time, and you know,
Sometimes
and
there's
you
people
find
there
a place
poking
where,
them, right?
now remember, these are huge fucking logs, and
You
they're being,
fall into, you get squished.
oh yeah, they're being sent down this river to some sawmills that are you know, closer towards Shanfan. But huge logs. So it doesn't really seem like it would be that difficult, you know.
So
Walk
I
across.
guess our choice is we go uphill and try to get over the river where its source is,
Yeah, you'd have to
or
travel
we
back.
go downriver and try to skip over into the log dam, or
Yeah, you could follow the river southeast and, you know, eventually get to, you know, up here in the mountains, or you could try to get over this log jam and continue on. According to your map, you should get to Devil's Postpiles by, uh, you know, maybe
day
this
or
time
stay a couple
tomorrow.
day and a
If you
half or
could
something.
stay on this route. If not, it might take, you know, 3 more days to get there.
Timmons like, I got my squeaky shoes. I can run a little bit on these logs.
Logs
How
are
cold
wet.
is the water?
It's
It's November, into almost
yeah.
December 1st.
A matter of yeah. Well, it depends on what time of day it is. You know, first thing in the morning, the water feels warmer than it does outside.
That still means it could be 50 degrees.
Yeah, exactly.
Not warm enough to swim in.
Oh, let's
Not
ask
unless
let's
it's like a
ask her
hot
to get
summer
in there and see how cold the water. I'm not going to be able to look. Wow. Wow. Continuing on, I thought J-Rob might have joined the game again.
What? If it was cold, why aren't the headlights on? I don't get it.
Brad will be here in about 5 if we want to take a break.
There we go. So it's straight up 8 o'clock. I'll set a timer for 11 minutes from now, because by the time I actually get it all set up and get some music going and stuff, you know how it is. So you guys might want to go ahead and take off on your 10.5-minute break. Let's
10
see.
minutes.
10, 15 minutes. I will take this
10
opportunity to say, anybody who's coming along here, don't forget to follow me over on YouTube. That'll get you over
I
there.
already had it.
Oh, there we go. And let's see. I'm gonna clear that playlist and come over here, put some music in. We'll be right back. we're back.
Listen to my voice.
Behind the couch? Behind the couch is no. That's always the first place they look. Behind the couch. What the hell? Oh. Is that what the cat hides under the couch? Hmm. It's a big footstool. It's like an Ottoman, like the Ottoman Empire. Big footstool. That's where the Ottomaniacs live. It's Ottomania, mania, mania. That's right. Well, let's see. We need woods music, don't we? Like some kind of wood stuff going on. Did I add what? Timmons took a shot at one and just kind of hopped sideways and started barking at him. Who did that to me? I gotta get over here. Who did that? Brad E. S. Caesar. 23 months. I didn't do the L thing, but I about fell over backwards in my chair. Yeah. No, she's actually at work. Do what? Snout based. Magic Lantern Show. Well, let's see. Hairy woman. Well, you guys like to try to walk across these logs on this river, huh? Hmm. Well, Timmons? Yes. You realize when you get up on the first one that the gap between this one and the one next to it is huge, and it's like going down. It's like 10 feet down into this, and they're all wet. This bark's all wet and slippery. Yes, yeah. Oh, that's like 15 feet across there because these logs are so big. Um, it's well because all these logs are floating in it. The river is up out of its banks too, and a little way. It's high because of all the extra volume of wood floating in it. Um, and it's probably 100 yards across. The width of a football field. Yeah, they're so big. Yeah, there's only 4 logs there. Now, you could go downriver or upriver. Okay. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, Doc Fong, you got a raise on your survival roll, and you found an old mule pond, and in that mule pond you found a bunch of frogs, and then you found a 5-gallon bucket of blueberries, and you guys, that's what you had for dinner. So y'all might have the shits right now. Frog legs and blueberries. Well, if he spends the Albert flies across fastest. I'm the best bird ever. Martian cat. Oh my gosh. Snacks. Martian cat donated $10. The second person to ever donate. That's fantastic. Bunny was the first. My audio.
The players.
There we go. That's all my fault.
Yeah. Can you hear us now? I was talking about flying.
Yeah.
Just
Thank
so
you,
you know
Martian cat. I hit the wrong button. So, yay, voice meter banana, yay. I think I'm going to go back to what Jingo would do and just run a hardware. Make sure, wow, nice beaver. Leslie Nielsen. Thanks for swinging by. Martian Cat, that is Martian Cat, and you can check her out at twitch.tv/Martian Cat right there. She's always streaming something. And then, from there you can probably find her Discord channel, which is full of people. I remember Jingo telling me that she's the one that got him into streaming, and then Jingo had been streaming for a year or two before I have, so she's built quite a community over there. There's a lot of people, and there's some funny stuff. There's channels for food and channels for making fun of TV shows and channels for other games. It's a cool community, so check her out over there. All right, so yeah, Doc, if you spend the points on these mushrooms and feed them to everybody, you guys can fly. Now I don't know how Susie G would take this. You see Doc, he's actually looks like he's casting some mumbo jumbo voodoo stuff on these mushrooms, and all of a sudden you guys are flying.
Old Chinese medicine.
There was some strange fertilizer in that cave.
Pretty sure it was bat guano.
That could be.
So does the flying actually use your pace?
So I got a raise, so you basically will move 12 inches a turn, and it lasts for 5, which means you can go something like 200 yards.
Yeah.
So if something were to increase your pace, would that help you fly better?
At least a little bit further, I imagine.
I don't know. I think it's set. It's basically set in the power itself.
All right, then screw the squeaky shoes.
Yeah.
Though they have like aerodynamics and stuff, I would think squeaky shoes would count.
Squeaky
That would
clown
be fun
shoes.
as
The squeaky clown shoes are
What if
plus
I
2
put them on my
movement.
hand and flapped? Can I get the plus 2 then?
Yeah, so you guys make it to the other side of the river, so I'm going to put you over here, and we'll move you right up there.
I just want to beat Albert.
This is the third night. I'm going to retcon something because I forgot to mention it with all the shenanigans going on with the Grimm people and all that. Let's see, what day is it? 1, 2, 3. So, again, around about midnight. You guys aren't sure unless somebody actually wants to check a watch or something like that. Around about midnight, whose watch would it be? Luke's. Between Timmons and Luke's. And once again,
second watch.
You feel the ground begin to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. And again, you hear
Timmons like, oh, I think the blueberries are back. Oh.
That ain't no blueberry.
Not anymore.
Maybe the dire squirrels are stampeding?
Could be the dire squirrel stampeding, but I don't know. They're damn big. You ain't seen one yet. They must be hiding way up there and they're sending their little squirrels down after you.
I saw one. It was way
They are
far
very
away,
sneaky.
though. They're not very big when they're way far away.
But it does sound like a lot of horsemen, riders.
Like
you guys are familiar
in a general
with the sound.
direction or just all around us?
Just all around you. And the ground vibrates. It's a little louder the second night. And then tonight, you guys make it across the river here, and around about midnight again, Timmons wakes Luke up, and Timmons is trying to get to sleep, and then here it comes again. It's even louder this time.
Does it seem like we're getting closer to whatever's causing it? or at least
Does it seem
epicenter.
like he's just targeting Timmons trying to get to sleep? Is that Timmons gets mad? Every time I try to get to sleep, it just keeps rumbling,
That's right.
waking me up. It just happens to be midnight, right? Is that what you're saying? Like
That's
Timmons does have a watch. He can check time. The second time. That
shortly
midnight.
after midnight.
Timmons like seemed like every time a new day comes around, something's going on. What y'all said? Y'all met some old lady and she was talking about something in some Apache language. Right.
When you say that, Doc Fong and says no, she was speaking Mandarin, and Sweetie G says no, it was Cantonese, and Luke's like, no, she wasn't. She's speaking English.
Well, I didn't hear shit. So what'd she say?
What did she say?
There was
She
something
said-
about how
She said,
something bad was
"Famine's
coming for
eye
us.
is upon you. A great horde of spears bears down upon you in a cloud of dust that blocks out the night sky.
Oh, that's right.
Thunder shakes the very earth. From this great horde you cannot run, but to stand against it will be your greatest test. Prepare yourselves. You will know when the time grows near." There.
Now I'm beginning to think this has something to do with the earthquake or the rumbling or stampede or whatever the hell we're hearing.
Let's get ready to rumble.
I think they're
I-
sending stuff to kill us.
I just remember somebody telling me she said something about thunder. That's very sounds like thunder right there. And it shakes the earth. 'Cause my tea spilled.
Yeah, so that happens, and let's see, it's now what? Could it happen 1, 2, 3 times? A lady, I love you. And let's just see if we make it through the night. And we do. Boy, you guys have drawn some lucky cards tonight. Really lucky your night passes. It is now Wednesday, the 3rd of December. It is 8 a.m.
We were a Benny away from a tornado just killing us all. So
You guys were a Benny away. That's absolutely correct. And if the stream wants to know how you determine random encounters in Savage Worlds, it's done with Savage
Playing
Worlds,
cards.
Deadlands. It's done with playing cards. So if it's a face card or higher, there is an encounter of some kind. If it's a club, it is a bad encounter. And then there is a whole set of tables to roll on and to tell you who's involved and modifiers for the card and the people and the affiliations. If it's a ship encounter, step 3. Let's see, I don't think you guys can see all this because it is over here on this. Step 3 is trouble. Well, what kind of trouble comes along with this encounter? And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's really cool the system they came up with in this to determine, just because every random encounter I think I've rolled up has been completely different than any of the others. So, or not.
And sometimes it's just some regular mooks,
Sometimes
and
it's a
other
giant
times-
robot in a lightning storm.
Yeah, I mean, like you draw.
or it's traveling merchants or something.
Right, traveling merchants. Sometimes it's not a bad thing. Just because it's a random encounter doesn't mean that it is a bad encounter. So that's what I'm doing, and
Or
that's
a combat encounter.
yeah. So this is 4 days now. They are on the 4th day since they left, and you make it by the afternoon. You are standing by the Devil's Postpiles, and you come upon. Let's see what it says about them. Huge octagonal columns of blue basaltic rock. Some of them are over 60 feet tall. And local legend said, and you guys knew this before you came out here, local legend says a corpse buried near the post piles will return to life. This has led many to bury their loved ones at the feet of these awesome columns. Some also say that pleating one's case over the fallen's grave improves the chances the spirits will return their loved ones to life. So basically, that's what these Devil's Post Piles are here, and you do see like these small clusters of people here and there, kind of scattered out down through this valley, and several camps on on the sides of the rim of the valley where people are kind of waiting and maybe their loved ones will be returned to them or whatnot. I'm not sure where. No, I thought I had. Let me look at something.
Wonder what happened if we would have buried Debbie.
I hope we don't have to bury Jeb again. We really need to find a better system for this. It keeps happening. Like, can we order some coffins in bulk, maybe, and save money?
Can you do what now?
We want wholesale coffins for Jeb.
Buy 5 and get 1 free.
Coffins for Jeb. Well, you probably could go into the mortician's business.
Yeah, I
There
hear
it
it's
is.
booming this
That's
around
what
this
Timmons
time.
dreams of. He wants to bury people for the rest of his aged life.
I
It's
bet when
kind
the
of
giant
lonely
squirrels
Devil's
here
Post
die.
Piles.
Kind of lonely out here without his mules. Keeps scowling at Albert for wanting to eat his
At least
mules.
they're safe. At least they're safe now.
Maybe. He didn't get a letter back from his mule saying we made it to St. Louis. Postcard with a hoof print in it.
So here's your Devil's Post
Okay,
Piles.
so-
You come into this. Everybody should have
So
this
it's
little.
kind of like
Do
so
what?
it's kind of like the Devil's Fingers in where is that? Is it Nevada or Arizona? I don't remember.
I mean, it actually is like a place.
Yeah, I believe it's called Devil's Fingers.
I mean, I put the link in Twitch chat.
Really, it's a real place. I
Oh.
never even thought to look at it. Devil's Post Pile. It is. It's a national monument. So
I don't think it's as. I think it's more in Deadlands, and also I'm not sure about the whole bringing people back to life. I think that would have been in the news by now.
yeah,
Right.
I don't know about the bringing people back to life. So it's slightly different.
Is that why Columbus came here? I don't know.
Yeah, it's slightly
It
different.
needs more pictures.
But you can see it's pretty good size, and there are a lot of places that a cave could be. But you do see there's various encampments up around the edges up here. Just random people. It looks like most of them are here on the southwestern edge of this. And you can see clusters of people down here in this valley. There's like 8 or 10 people over here, and then you look deeper in the valley and there's another cluster of them over here. Again, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Do they fly in any colors?
Do what?
Are they flying any sort of colors or insignia?
The camps? No, they look like they're not really organized camps. They're basically people who have brought their loved ones here and bury them.
Okay, I was just making sure they weren't like a bunch of Grimm's people or shit.
That
what's
Mexican
the,
army again.
Yeah, the
problem
Mexican army
is-
or North or South, Union or Confederate soldiers or something.
No, they just look like standard civilians. Looks like a rich tent here. But
I
you
hear
guys
you-
actually come in over
Some sort of
here on this
community tent.
little narrow trail.
Timmons says, so I heard that your family member has to die of old age, and then you bury them out here, and they come back as a politician. That's what I heard.
Oh, is that how it works? That all makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
Yeah.
Give me a deception roll on that there, Timmons. You trying to deceive him, or you really believe that?
That's just life. Deception. There's no deception, is there? Is there really
Probably
a
not.
deception?
It's also persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion. You're persuading
Oh.
people. You're deceiving.
I think there's an edge
There.
about being good
There you go.
online.
Tim is not very good. You follow. You remember I was a politician for a little while, so I know these things.
That does make sense, although I didn't think you were that old.
Well, you can't bury me yet. I ain't old enough.
Well,
Oh, maybe that's why
Well,
you
I don't-
retired of being mayor.
Well, I don't think you have to, die and then come back as a politician to become a politician.
Yeah, but if you bury your family members that have died of old age here, they do come back as, senators and congressmen and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yes, that makes sense.
That's how we get all the old people in the Senate.
So, Doc, do you want to be buried here when you die? Come back as a politician?
I don't know. Although I could give Timmons a run for his money as being mayor in Perdition that way. Oh, I could get a gavel. I'll think about it.
We have to get you a shorter podium, though.
Yes, or maybe a box I can stand on.
Oh, that's a good idea. A stump.
A stump.
So we'll go up to this tent right here. Hey, what are y'all doing? Did your dead family member come back yet?
No,
Tim
we're
says to
hopeful.
somebody.
We're hopeful though.
What'd he die of?
What everybody else says, we're all starving to death. You got anything to eat? They're coming at you with big eyes this big around.
Well, I'm sure there's deer and other things around that you could hunt.
Here's a blueberry for you, and a blueberry for you, and a blueberry for you. How's that?
Here's a good berry, and here's a good berry.
Don't eat them too fast, because they'll give you the poopies. I know, we had 5 gallons of blueberries, but we ate them all.
Was that Ghost Rider?
Yeah, well, there's riders coming, and that was the scariest rider that showed up in the search.
I think that's from the Nicolas Cage movie, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's probably why I've never seen it, because it's the Nicolas Cage movie.
It actually wasn't too bad.
No acting.
Yeah, he didn't,
fool.
he didn't get to act a lot.
I'd like to see him and Kevin Costner and I can just add more and more to it. Do a movie together. The worst actors in Hollywood. And Nicolas Cage, if you're out there and you come across this, you can come to my Facebook or my YouTube channel and subscribe, and you can argue with me how you're not one of the worst actors in Hollywood.
I would rate him as a decent entertainer, though. He's not an actor, but a decent entertainer.
He works really well in supporting roles where
Some
he's
of
the
his
crazy
movies are
guy.
entertaining.
Yeah, no, there's something like he's got some roles he does, like Raising Arizona. It was fucking hilarious.
I thought he did pretty good in Con Air.
Con Air was good. I'll take that back. He's not the worst actor.
No, he's not the worst. He's certainly not the best, but not the worst.
He's better than I am. I can tell you that. Well,
he's.
Do you think Marv is in fact
he's a
worse
Francis
actor?
Coppola.
If you come to his YouTube and subscribe today, you can argue why Marv is worse than you at acting.
Yeah,
Or the other way.
Subscribe on his channel and then just post a comment. Right in there. Yep, right there.
well, speaking of
You can
acting,
even try to convince him the Earth is flat.
what are we gonna do here? Let's see. I'd say the first thing we need to do is adjust this grid because it's just too.
5 foot grid.
They're very,
Like
very
wide.
small tents.
Well, we gotta find this lightning bolt thing. So
Maybe we could ask the people if they've seen anything.
It's a big valley. So, yeah, what kind of skills do you want to use to try to find somewhere in this valley?
Well,
What
somebody
is
could
it?
use Streetwise to ask around.
Man, where in the hell does that keep going? That is so weird. I've minimized
Every time I hear
this image. Every time you hear what?
Every time I hear an owl, I can't help but think of Carl. Who?
Who?
Carl.
Yeah. He's a character, that's for sure.
Yeah, you should know Carl. Played the adventure, the Vanguard in Aeon Throne.
I don't think Drake did Iron Throne with us.
Oh, that's right.
That's when he
I don't
spun
play
off.
I
No,
don't-
that's when he spun off his Friday night homebrew thing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yep.
Carl's the one who's running Tomb of Annihilation that I was talking to you about.
And there it is.
Tomb of Annihilation.
All right,
And
well,
if I
maybe we
minimize
could
it, it
ask around.
disappears. Oh, I see it way down here. Okay. All right, I got control of my images now. All right. Yeah, it's like if it minimizes and it was off screen, you're screwed.
I just
Window
put
reset.
the map. I just attached the map to the other map. There's a pen now. That's
Yep.
how I usually do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Timmons is gonna use his very fine ability called Big Mouth, which is a hindrance, and his Curiosity, which is another hindrance, to wander around the camps and ask stupid questions.
Hey, you people over there. Okay.
Are you horse thieves?
Yeah, those kind of
We're looking for some horse thieves. Fuck. So yeah, what role are you going to use to what is it, persuasion, or what is it that you're looking to? It's investigate. You're going to start in the tents. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, Timmons wants to basically use his thievery skill to see if there's anything useful as he's talking to these people.
You're going to try to steal some shit for these people that are all starving to death, and they brought their dead relatives,
Well, he's not
loved ones out here.
He's not looking to steal like food or nothing. He's actually like
If there's a
looking to
brochure.
steal like
You
if
see
they got
plenty
any
of picks and
maps of the
shovels.
cave areas and yeah, those guys he wants to steal maps from.
Lots of picks and shovels, and you see that most of these folks look like they're probably loggers and stuff. And no, to be true to the situation, this part of California, these people don't look as bad off as they do down around Perdition about right now. The famine, these guys have only been going through the famine for about 3-4 weeks now. So.
It says, so you telling me that your brother died because one of those redwood trees fell on him and you had to bury him?
It drove him in the ground.
How did you,
just like the cartoon.
How did you bury him? Did you just like scoop the dirt off the top of the ground and just lay him in there real thin and cover him up? Is there a rule when you bury somebody out there? Do they actually got to be 6 feet under?
I wonder if they need to be buried in a certain place.
Those are the questions that Tim's is asking. Not being very helpful. Let's see if he finds anything though.
Yep, Doc. This is more the European American settler type.
Is this still part of the Union in these parts?
You don't really see any. You don't know. You guys wouldn't have any idea.
Out of character, I'm just trying
It
to
was
think
actually
where this
part
is
of
relative to the border.
It was part of Quan Province at one time.
Oh, okay.
So I doubt there's a big Union or Confederate presence or Deseret presence. They're just
It's in the
these
middle.
are These are common people that are looking for hope, you know, more than anything. And so, Timmons, your thievery, you find plenty of picks and shovels and blankets and things like that. You're more than welcome to, you know, steal some shit from these folks if you want to go rummage through the, you know, any kind of common goods they've got with them. Lanterns, you know, anything like that. No.
No, but he's, you know, these people ain't got nothing, and I don't think they're gonna know where no cave is there with no lightning bolt in it.
Yeah, now how does Sweezy G take this when he finds out that these people have actually, you know, come here to try to raise their loved ones from the dead? That's probably completely against his,
Well, I feel that'd be against most religions.
It depends on, I guess, I'm not really sure what their feelings on like reincarnation. The general party probably just takes this superstition and people
yes,
hoping.
Brad, you can't.
People always pray for their loved ones back. If they're actually like raising zombies, then yeah, I might have to.
Yeah, that's a different story. If it's actually working, we have a problem.
There sure are plants here.
Lots of plants. You used botany.
Well, it's science in general. I haven't specified that botany is his specialty.
Okay. Yeah, so you're like I'm not sure, but whether any cave in that stuff would be, you know, and these just happen to be images that I had available over on Incarnate. So
I think it works just
it's
fine
a
for
picture.
the.
It looks fine. About 60 feet tall. Some of these things are. Some of them are shorter. All around the base of them, you can see where the rock has been chipped and weathered away over the centuries, over the millennia, over the millennials.
I think Timmons will steal one item that I'm sure he's not lugging around is a lantern.
You're gonna steal a
Some oil.
lantern. Okay, let's see. You rolled a 13 for thievery, right?
Yeah.
See what it. Yeah, these townsfolk don't see shit.
Because you didn't have your lantern lit. See how that works?
Well, it's not quite dark yet. You guys got here about 3 in the afternoon. You find a place that's got some protection in case one of those, you know, deadly weather storms. By the way, we didn't do that for today, did we? Let's
The
see.
weather didn't roll in until this afternoon.
Yeah, let's see. Albert, who's
The
playing
trees
Albert?
blocked
Doc
it.
Fong, so I'll just let
Yeah.
Doc. Doc, it's your turn to roll on that table.
That sounds fun.
Does it?
Fun with a lot of quotation marks and asterisks.
Fun with the Benny to re-roll it? Fun? Or fun to just let it ride? Fun.
Can I use a Benny?
You can. I let him do that earlier. This is the second deadly weather roll
That's why
today.
I said a Benny saved our lives earlier. And peaceful with clear
Peaceful
skies.
with clear
There was a really scary cloud for a minute.
Well,
But no, that was just a normal cloud.
let's just see what would have happened.
Did the barometric pressure just drop by 42%?
It's a ghost rock storm. Oh shit, you guys are lucky.
What's a ghost rock storm other than it sounds horrible?
I imagine it's something like a meteor storm, but it consists of ghost rock.
It is what's happened out here to the weather ever since Hellstrom set off all those, flew his airships over and bombed Lost Angels during the War of the Rail Barons, you know?
Like the equivalent of nuclear fallout?
Pretty much. And you've seen these storms, you know, out on the maze, come blowing in and whipping and getting nasty and the sky turning purple and all that stuff. Purple lightning, greenish tint to the sky. But it didn't happen. Yeah. All right. So peaceful with clear skies, which means it probably gets pretty cold tonight, especially here down in this valley. Down in the valley. You guys set up your camp. You find a little place. It's got like a wall to give you some protection if you need it. And we'll see what happens through the night. There is no random
Hello,
encounter.
can
That
you roll?
is the.
Hello, can you roll?
All right. We'll flip back over here to that for a second. Timmons, you go to wake Luke up, and you feel you just get laid down, and you feel the ground start to rumble.
Sorry, Luke. I didn't mean to fall on you and teabag you like that. I'm sorry.
Luke just kind of growls at him, pushes him off.
Sorry, here's your hat. Sorry. It's shaking again. Timmons gets out his pocket watch and
it's
looks
rumbling.
at it. Is it midnight?
It's 12:13.
Give or take, probably.
12:13.
What time was it last night when it happened?
12:13.
He's like, look, it happened again. Exactly 12:13. That's a prophecy.
Well, it's certainly not a coincidence.
What's the coincidence? Is that like a squash?
No.
It's a type of squash.
It's one of those big zucchinis.
It's a coincidence.
Fuck.
So you guys can arrange yourselves there in your little tents or whatever.
See, just a black map. There it goes. Six feet? That's new.
Huh?
The movement's on 6 feet for some reason.
Oh, I probably said
See?
that because that's actually what it's supposed to be. Yeah, represent. That's what it's supposed to represent. Each inch is about 2 yards. But I don't think it will calculate our distances right if we do that. Let's see.
No, it won't.
No, it won't. So I'll have to do this. Go to grid and go to.
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing as a 5-foot square grid, just represented in units of 1 instead of 5.
There. Now how's it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. Okay, so I don't know where Sweezy's at. I'm gonna put him in one of these tents.
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm in.
Is he still working on the history of that stone with divisions and everything?
What?
So
He did that object reading to see that stone's history. But you said it was going to take a while.
The basaltic rock?
The tablet carved stone thingy we had that was broken.
Oh, yes, he was going to do that. I forgot all about that though. So
Yeah,
They
you
said
said
it-
you hadn't decided where the other 3 were, so we were just gonna wreck on it after we got done with this one.
yeah, and I got tangled up in something.
And
the last
you said it would
couple
take a
weeks.
while because it was a long time.
basically, I'm having to put myself through. I've got to do some video editing for a murder trial that's coming up, and
For the prosecution or the defense? Just curious. Just asking. Why you're editing a video? Well, I'm taking.
Actually, I
that.
probably shouldn't say anything right now. Anyway, no, it's
Gotta make a
it's-
dramatic transition between scenes.
It's not well.
Play the dong dong like.
Law and Order sound.
No, enhancements and stuff like that. However, my old software won't work on this machine. My old video editing stuff, Vegas. So I'm having to crash course Adobe Premiere Pro, and it's like a college class. And I started over the weekend. I'm almost done with it. So, learning.
It's not very difficult. It's just kind of awkward.
Well, I don't know. You go study. It's not difficult, no, but there's a lot of stuff that it does. So,
Yeah, I mean, I am familiar with it.
and I've got a very specific task that I need to do with it. So, I'll fill you guys in on it later. We'll see what happens with it.
What up? So Timmons and Luke are up currently.
Yeah, because you were just ending your watch and waking me up when
Yep.
the earthquake, and you looked at the time, same time.
So Timmons would probably be there then. We can Luke up.
Yep, about the same time. I'm not even going to have you guys make notice rolls because the ground is rumbling that heavily.
I want to try something since I know I'm connected to some sort of spirits or something involving the ground. I'm going to take my knife and cut my palm a little bit, just place it next to the fire. Just
What, drip
Just,
the blood on the ground?
well, just press my, gently press my palm against the ground next to the fire.
Oh, okay. So now you have dirt inside of an open wound. I need a vigor roll from you.
I mean, that's fair. Dirt's good for wounds.
After you
Rub
realize
some dirt on it.
that
He's
the
like,
rumbling
I'm
gets
from the
louder
stance. You gotta
and
rub
louder
some dirt in it.
and louder.
I remove my hand.
And you take your hand away from it and you're like, shit, now I got let's see, we need to do this. Yes, we do.
Yay.
Doc
With a
Fong.
joke.
Take that, Ghost Rock Storm.
Doc, you're laying there in your tent and you feel the ground rumbling, and you've heard Timmons and Luke talking about this last couple nights, this, what they've been experiencing, but tonight it's enough that it's woke you up, from your
I may or
sleep.
may not have played a part in it
Oh.
exacerbating the situation.
How many beans did Timmons eat today?
We ran out of beans
blue-
3 weeks ago, Doc.
The blueberries, the rumble.
What's with all the rumbling?
It's exactly
Royal
the same
Rumble.
time in the last few nights. 12:13. It happened. It's a
It's not a
prophecy.
coincidence. I don't
Some
know.
kind
I
of
don't know about a
prophecy.
prophecy. I don't know about a prophecy.
I'm gonna ask that, and also I'm
Well,
gonna look at Luke's hand, which
It
is
sure ain't no squash. That's for sure. Coincidence.
you seem to have a cut on your hand.
A
That is
coinky
odd.
dink.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what a coincidence is. It's a coinky dink. Just another word for it.
It's the fancier French version.
Sure. Why not?
Coinkydink sounds like some kind of candy bar.
Skittle me rink a winky
Or some
dink,
sort of
skittle
sexual
me
maneuver.
rinky doo. All right, Doc, it's your turn. You poke your head out. What's going on out here?
I went out, I asked that, and I checked Luke's hand to make sure that it's not going to get like infected or anything. I did a healing roll to check.
You did a healing roll to check that it's not going to get infected. Okay.
Guessing it's probably like, you should watch that or something.
Or you take some sort of strip of cloth and just wrap up my hand. It's like, you'll be all right.
It likely won't fall off.
All right, Susie G, you too feel the ground rumbling, and you can hear it. I thought I had found what I needed over here. Oh.
Susie will ready himself, but he's gonna hold his action in case we're under attack. Looking around for trouble.
Does anyone hear roaring?
Yeah, it's the same stuff we've been hearing, except it's been louder. And we know it's trouble because the man's unidentified.
You've never heard any roaring before. It's always seemed in the distance, but now you can feel it bearing down on you.
Is that a T-Rex I hear?
Who interrupted my sleep? It was the best dream. I'll pull out my gun.
He's gonna try to pull out his gun better than everybody else, though.
Is the lighting turned on this thing?
Well, we have a camp light.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, that's what we see. Well, Timmons, anyways.
Alright, you guys, before we get going on this, I just want to be all clear about what we're dealing with.
It's a Taco Tuesday trip.
Actually, we're gonna play a round or two first. You see doesn't really describe them here. Doesn't matter. Tim, and you're looking around like, what the hell? When out of the darkness. Actually, it should be like this. I think their size is
Stampede! Timmons yells out as this thing comes up to him.
And you see this fucking bull with fire in its eyes. And I need a fear check from everybody who can now see this thing.
Timmons closes his eyes. No, I'm kidding.
All right, and also Albert's gonna attempt to interrupt.
What's a fear check?
Need a fear check before you interrupt.
Spirit.
Spirit roll.
Spirit.
God damn.
Wow. People are not at all
Albert ain't afraid.
That's why he's interrupted.
Wow.
Albert ain't afraid of shit. Okay, so it's an athletics roll or versus athletics roll to interrupt, correct?
That sounds correct.
Correct.
Yes.
You are able to interrupt as this thing approaches Timon.
What? What is that?
Timmons points at it because you asked if there was what that rumbling noise was. Timmons just points at it. It's right there.
All right. Well, he is going to try to shoot it in the head because there's a big ass scary something with fire in its eyes.
All
That's
right.
what you do.
That's a called shot then. So put.
It would be -4. He's gonna marksman it down to -2, and since he has double tap, it'll go up to -1.
Okay.
Damn.
And then
That's
this
a
is where
quick calculation. I appreciate that, Brett.
and this is where he critically fails in the worst way possible.
Shoots Timmon in the forehead.
At least nobody's suffering fear penalties.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a hit with a raid.
Oh no. Was that like a perfect right between the eyes type shot too?
It hits its head and doesn't appear to have done anything to it.
Was it like, does the bullet just like
Wait a second.
crinkle up and then fall to the ground? Like
hitting Superman?
right, like.
Does that mean I have to throw the gun at him next?
He'll duck.
The way I read this, Diablos are immune to all attacks except those of their chosen targets. I don't see why he would have had immunity.
Maybe he hasn't chosen a target yet.
Maybe that's it. Let's just see if it works that way.
Oh, I'd be dumbfounded.
But now it's going to treat it as a.
Parry. Yeah, you can roll an attack again.
Yeah.
You want me to just roll some damage?
Yeah, roll some damage. Let's see what happens. Just to put it on there.
Oh wow! I wish I wouldn't have wasted my roll on that.
Shit.
We'll take it. Unarmed.
It still says immunity unharmed, but you are one of its chosen targets, so I'm not.
That wasn't a real roll. That was just a science one.
We'll take it. Shut up. Same team.
This
no,
one,
it
no.
hit Doc.
It was three. It was three.
It was plot Doc.
What?
Oh.
Everybody's talking at once. What happened?
Oh, that was unharmed. Can you take the one off, Doc? Apparently my mouse was a bit confused.
Okay, and I don't know how to take that immunity off of it. I mean, that's the way I read it. Okay, so let's just go ahead and read so you guys get an understanding of these things. Los Diablos, basically the devils, have haunted humanity for thousands of years in the form of minotaurs, gorgons, and other bull-like creatures. In the Weird West, they take the form of devilish Texas longhorns. They're the ultimate harbingers of doom, for they're one of the mysterious reckoner's only direct servants. Los Diablos hunt posses who become thorns in the reckoner's sides. But fate rules even these mighty beings. The Los Diablos are only allowed to walk the earth on certain occasions, when all the characters in a posse are at least heroic rank and gain the attention of the reckoners in some way. Los Diablos pay them a visit. Portents of doom. The coming of Los Diablos begins with a distant and ominous rumbling sound 4 nights before the herd finally arrives. So this is the 5th night. Every posse member of heroic rank or higher must make a fear roll. Don't forget the local fear level, which I didn't apply to anything here. Those who fail any of these rolls are marked. They can't spend, they can't spend bennies or to soak damage until the impending Los Diablos are defeated. On the 5th night of the hunt, at 13 minutes after midnight, the bulls arrive, smashing through walls, doors, or windows to get at their prey. There's one Diablo for every character of heroic rank or higher in the group, and they're the Devil's Bull's sworn enemies, and the only individuals fate allows them to hunt. So they can kill nobody else, and nobody else can kill them either. The Bulls fight until they or all their prey are dead, and if their prey hides in some impenetrable place, the Bulls just wait for them to emerge. They're patient, undying, and have nothing else to do but enforce the Reckoner's will. Those who die fighting Lost Diablos join the Devil's own herd, ghostly stampede of lesser Diablos that follows, blah, 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 blah. But it does not say any, and it, well, let's open him up again. Their immunity is, Diablos are immune to all attacks except those of their chosen targets. So I don't know how they could be immune to that attack.
Right, but how do you take it off?
But how do you take it off? Yeah, without.
Does it have like an ability on it that says immunity, or is there anything next to, like an icon next to the toughness on the NPC sheet?
Icon next to the toughness.
'Cause that's how heavy weapons are.
Yeah, it says the toughness is 20 and they've got 8 armor.
Oh, that looks normal. Is there an ability that?
There.
Well, it says
Francis.
immunity on there. Can't you turn that off?
Where's it
Yeah,
say
I'm
that?
thinking-
At?
Right on the in the comment tracker. Immunity, immunity, immunity.
Yeah, but no, there's nothing to turn it off with, and I can't apply it. I don't know. Maybe I can. No, because it would have said it wouldn't give it any wounds. If it doesn't say there's a wound there, it wouldn't give it any wounds. So.
Yeah, because it's just immediately going unharmed before it gets to that.
Right. So I'm gonna get rid of
Like
these.
with heavy armor.
And I'm going to come to his character sheet and just get rid of immunity if I can do that.
I mean, I don't think there's anyone else here fighting them or anything.
There isn't at the moment.
They're also smart enough to leave.
Well, you can hear people in the background running and yelling and trying to get away. Now go ahead and do your attack and damage and all that to him. Just give me an attack, and what was your original attack? 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
And damage would then be this.
Well, go ahead. Just roll an attack first, because I don't have an attack on him anymore.
Oh, I got you.
Yep.
Yeah, the only way I would say
Right.
anything useful is if they specified which one of us.
Yep. Okay. So now roll your damage. And your original damage was 22.
Can you just, well, yeah.
Yeah, just roll damage and I'll adjust it, regardless of what it is.
22. No, that was close. Still says unarmed. Unharmed.
Well, that's because it didn't meet the
No.
toughness.
Yeah, that's because it was,
A 22 would have.
It is
Yeah, it is
shaken.
Yes.
Guys.
Did you manage to get rid of the immunity thing?
Yeah, he
Yeah, I just
deleted
deleted
it
it
off
off
the
the
NPC
sheet. It doesn't need to be on there.
yeah, now it can't attack Timmons on its turn.
Give me just a moment. I'll be right back.
So the attack actually did work?
Yes.
Okay.
He shot it in the head, and it is shaken.
Well, that's better than not dead.
Better than
I mean, not nothing. Yeah. You
better
know
than
what I
a
mean.
Texas Longhorn up the ass.
Right.
So when I was stationed in Fort Hood, the few days I would get bored, I would find a cow and just follow it for like hour. In my Humvee, just drive behind it real slow for like an hour. It would go around the bush that way, and I would come back around and turn around, go the other way, and I'd come back around and follow the cow, same cow. Tax dollars at work. They were Texas Longhorns. This is what it reminded me of it. One of my friends, one of the guys in my unit, they set up a GP Small. And when I went by there, they were like, the damn raccoons keep stealing our MREs and stuff. And this guy Hicks, he's from Slidell, Louisiana, says, I got my flashlight. I got a boot this time, and when I wake up, I'm gonna hit that thing with this boot. And I'll go by there the next day, and I see the tent is out in the middle of the pasture. And I'm like, what the hell? Their shit's all torn up, and I'm like, what the hell happened? He said, I woke up, I heard the munching, and I turned on the light, and there was a bull in the tent holding an MRE in his mouth. And when I turned on the light, I screamed, and it scared the bull, and he ran off with the tent.
No shit.
It was hilarious.
That was not what I was expecting.
It wasn't a raccoon, it was a bull.
Big old longhorn fucker. Okay, so
Yeah,
you
the
shake
things
this.
are like,
Let's see, that was his turn. He is shaken, so I'm gonna do this. Let it roll automatically.
But it was during his turn.
No, you interrupted.
Yeah, and it was during his turn I interrupted. It doesn't restart the turn. Because you get the free roll at the beginning of the turn.
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that. So he is shaken.
So he'd have to spend a penny to undo it. Which I assume he has penny. But I got him to use a penny.
Let's see what he does. Oh shit. Horns for Timmons.
Tim's like, get
Misses.
out of my way. He's like, oh god.
I don't think these things are really that big, actually. They're size 3.
What size is a person?
0.
0. 0 to 1.
Well, yeah.
But what is
0 is average person.
What does size 3 mean? 3 squares? 3
I don't know, it's got a numerical thing. Let me see if I can find that chart.
3.
I think it's about the equivalent of a large creature in like 5e and most other.
Because another one I can hear fat ass.
Oh.
At least Marbanya's having fun.
Well, I'm just trying to get through all these guys and get them up here. They should be able to do this with it.
Well, at least we can hear them. We might not be able to see them.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. Why can't we see them?
You can't see any of them?
No, I can see them, but the light source only goes out to here.
Yeah, what is with the light source on that thing?
3 is the size of a bowl.
3?
Yeah. So it's the size of a bowl. It should be a normal size square, but it's, weighs like 2,000 pounds as opposed to like 200 pounds.
So it's filling up a square nicely.
It's the largest normal sized creature.
So like most of your your visitors to Golden Corral just
Well, at least
fills up the
afterwards,
square.
yeah.
Fills up the square completely.
There, that's more like it.
Okay, now I see multiple of them.
What do you mean? You see 2 of them?
No, seeing 5. Or seeing the 5 now.
Yeah.
Can you see some of them out there in the darkness, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah, in a weird way, you don't really see them, other than you can see these glowing coals of fire coming at you.
Yeah,
We might be able to hear them. We know they're there, but
Oh yeah, you know they're there.
They've got scary glowing eyes, after all.
yeah.
Let's see, Pace, Mega, 16 there. You get attacks of Luke Cunningham.
Look out, Luke.
Misses. I can't believe these fucking things can't. What the
He's
hell?
got your
Look.
tent.
You know what? Whatever I need to do this for each one of these guys, I guess.
Do what? Oh, remove the immunity part. Yeah, probably.
Give me just a moment. Didn't think about this. I was wondering how it would handle that. It's like, how's that going to handle that? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if it's the same, but I would have probably rebuilt the encounter with one of them dropped and made 5, and then pulled those into the combat tracker.
Yeah, no, I put them in one at a time. Because I didn't want them all going on one turn, but they ended up drawing cards that way anyway.
Oh crap! Yeah.
I wanted to give you guys a chance because I really should have played. Let's see, Devil's Postpiles. The fear level here is 5. If I go back and look at your fear rolls, I will let you retcon this. Your spirit checks. Doc Fong failed with a 5, even with
So
his
did
Joker
Timmons.
bonus. Luke passed, no problem. Albert passed, no problem. Timmons failed. And I don't see where Sweezy G gave us a roll.
I have not yet made it. I'm still in my tent.
Oh. Okay.
Is that 1 fear penalty?
So that is yes. That is 1
Alright,
fear penalty. Unless you want to spin
I
a penny and
applied
roll it. So I will let you retcon that roll.
I'm okay that
Going with
Timmons is a little scared
Yeah,
right
one,
now.
one fear point, penalty doesn't really hurt
Yeah,
that.
I'll save my bennies when I need them
Yeah.
most.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So
1 fear point, not too bad.
let's see. Let me scroll back down here. Okay. All right. I got you, Brad.
All right.
Um,
So Luke, what are you gonna do? Or did you? No, you didn't.
I haven't done anything. Well, first, let's see. Looks like 77 is going to get a free attack on me anyway, because I don't have whatchamacallit.
Extraction?
He'll
Extraction?
definitely opshot you. Good miss.
Just grab those horns and push them away, Luke.
I'm assuming, aside from right outside the campfire, it's rather dark out here, correct?
Yeah, but the light's weird on this. I don't know. Let's unlock that. Let's go to lighting. I've got it set
Well,
at bright 1, dim 3, fall off 2, fall off 4.
Well, since it is kind of night, and technically we should be having penalties if we're anywhere outside the fire. With my quick load edge, I reach and grab my guiding light bullet, quickly pop that into my gun, hold it up in the air, fire it off, and it illuminates for, I think it's like a minute. Give me a second and I'll look it up.
What is it again?
A flare.
It's my
A flare?
yeah, basically
It's like a
it looks like
tracer
a flare.
round. But like,
Yeah,
very-
it's gliding. Yeah, it's guiding light or blah, blah, blah.
There it
Yeah.
is.
Cool, man.
Does it make it daytime? Thank you.
Firing this flare bullet into the night sky removes illumination penalties in the immediate area for 1 minute. If fired indoors, roll d6 on 4 or 6. The bullet ignites any flammable materials it strikes.
I'm envisioning modern military. They're like daylight. They're phosphorus. They're burning hot, man. They're
Yeah.
lighting up the whole sky. So yeah, it's like daytime for the next minute.
I was like,
until
damn it, I
around
forgot
10.
to close one of my eyes.
since it's got Manitou power behind it, maybe it's a sinister red everywhere.
Oh, it could be.
No, it would be a white light to create, light.
Was that your action?
Well, actually, it was a two action, but the quick load basically removes the penalty for reloading. And yeah, I guess that is it. Sorry.
All right, Timmons.
All right, Timmons is gonna use his extraction, and he's gonna jump back over here next to the 4 squares that Albert's in. Will you put Albert in the square? Yeah, I think Timmons would go. Oops. Like that. And then as he's moving backwards, he's gonna blast this thing with both barrels of his shotgun. He's like, ah! So he doesn't get his +2 to hit with it because he's using both barrels. But he's gonna take a shot. Boom! That's a hit.
That's a hit.
What a crappy roll.
So I see
Keep going.
Timmons running backwards. Oh, he shakes him. So this bull stops, snorting. You can see the smoke, acrid smelling smoke coming from its nostrils. You guys could taste dust, but something else. Something like... It tastes like the smell of ghost rock burning.
No, of course it does.
It's okay. We got a Sweezy G.
And I'm gonna go ahead and take my action after Timmons.
Can Timmons continue to move? Like,
Yeah, no, I just did it so it was before Diablo started his turn, so I didn't have to athletic.
yeah, I think he's just gonna end up there, and that's it. He's done. I'll pass my turn.
All right, so wish I had skip turn for that. They're adding skip turn to the core. From what I saw Maticuri post.
They're adding a few things, which should be part of it. It's easy stuff.
Let's see.
Skip turn is so nice. It is so beautiful.
Okay. Let's go back to Sweezy G, who interrupted.
I'm gonna go ahead and take 2 actions as he is to throw Sing his new battle hymn he learned from his ancestors. I'm gonna use it to cast protection and smite on myself.
Neat.
Albert, what is all that mumbling going in Suzuki's tent in there? What do you think he's doing in there?
I was like, is he quiet to you guys? I had to go over and turn his mic up. He may have sleeping babies though. All right, multi-action, faith, protection, 6, and a smite with a. That's a hell of a smite roll there.
I also want to add hurry with both of them, so that'll increase my pace by 4.
2 each.
Yeah,
Increase your what?
I think that's
and more armor.
pace. Hurry increases pace by 2, and he's putting it on 2 spells, so it should increase it by 4. If I'm understanding it correctly.
Correct. I don't know why it's. Is that any better?
Sounds fine to me.
Smite damage +4 and protection armor +6. And go ahead and it's going to increase your pace, right, by 4?
Yes.
So you should have a pace +4. Let's see if I can find that over here. There is no hurry, so I can make one real quick.
And then I will take a level of fear as I come out.
And you're taking a level of fear. Alright. So you did all that in your tent? I made a hurry
Again, his
for
song.
you.
Once he waited to figure out where the sound, which sides the sounds were coming from and everything, and then once he was ready and he understood the battle was on.
There you go. So we'll have to adjust it. It won't always be pace +4, but it is in this particular instance. So you've got all your effects on you now. You come out, you're like, holy shit, what the... Or whatever you say in Chinese. So it freaks you out a little bit. But you rush forward into danger.
And I'm gonna go and engage these two in order to try to hold them back from the group.
What the hell is that? That is weird shit. Venom. Oh my god, that's disturbing.
It's some sort of weird Sonic animation.
I'm unnerved. I just took a level of fear in real life.
Yeah. Freaky. You're gonna move around that way? Between the two of them. Oh.
It's a Oppo Smurf.
Yeah, the whole time seeing his little battle hymn as his blades begin to vibrate.
It's like bed and throat singing or something.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought.
I believe it was Timmons' turn when he interrupted.
That's the St. Louis
No,
University.
Timmons had
Silicon
just
right there.
finished. It's the last Lost
I believe
Diablo
it's
79.
whoever's after Timmons' turn right now.
It
Yeah.
is. It is.
It's very popular.
Bulls.
Very popular.
There
Number
is
79.
a bunch of bulls that come running through camp. I need all of you guys to make agility rolls or athletics rolls, your choice, to try to dodge the stampeding herd of bulls.
Yay for the wild die.
Oh.
I feel like he should have
Yeehaw!
All right. Nobody gets trampled, and these bulls just kind of pass into the stones behind you. And it is now this guy's turn.
I feel like they're all attacking Sweezy, and Sweezy's just gonna be like, I don't know, some sort of blender tornado combination. Like a blender if it didn't have the sides for safety.
We eating hamburger tonight.
He turns into a meat grinder.
Yes. Hey, do you think these things are made of regular beef? We could eat them afterwards. Maybe Sweezy should bless them first.
Doc Fong starts preaching about Sweezy should bless this meat and we should eat it.
Beef.
Alright.
It's what's for dinner.
So first, though, Albert's gonna play a card
Fred.
because it's the very beginning of the turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the best at taking a stand.
+10 to parry and toughness.
Yep. Till the next Joker is dealt. Okay. Last stand. +2 parry, +2 toughness. Right.
There's
think
an
I-
effect.
Everybody.
I think I already made an effect for that, didn't I?
Yep, I'm dropping it on.
Yes.
All right. Take care of that, Brad. Fantastic.
Oh, look, we got a little icon on our token.
Oh, let's see.
Hmm.
Let me go over here just in case.
Do you, like, get in the tent?
Just kind of against it, using it for
Like,
cover.
run into the tent that Suzuki just came out of?
Oh, let's see. So he'll pull out his shotgun and he's going to use smite upon it. He's going to get a really good raise,
Yes,
too.
he is.
Oh.
He puts all sorts of herbs down there.
Puts the hoodoo on it.
I added some cilantro for flavor.
I put some special juice in your tea. Make you very, very weak like a bull.
Shit.
You all good, Marb?
Huh?
You good?
What? Yeah.
Los Diablos number 77.
Hey, I'm here. I'm back. Lost Diablo 77. He was going after who at first? Doesn't matter. He's going to turn around for his first target.
I just want to know whose tent this bull is just shredding right here. Is that Luke's? Yeah.
I think it is.
It's all caught on his freaking long.
Yeah, this thing spins around.
And to be honest, it probably just gets trampled and the poles get knocked over.
Misses. Wow.
That's some terror.
Parry a
Nice.
13.
Do you have
Shit.
counterattack?
Yes,
I
he
do.
does.
I'm checking something else.
A karate chop to the bullhorn.
Round 2.
No, punch him in the nose.
That's
I was just
sharks.
making sure I could use frenzy for this, which I can.
I think you can.
Gouge out its eyes.
Yeah, it says once for each turn.
Once
Close
per
to the
each round or turn.
Turn.
Then you have to use it on your turn, right?
It just says for the turn. I'm not sure. I don't mind
I
doing it
think
just
it's
for my
basically
turn.
meaning the round.
I don't know, man. I don't know how
So I just do a regular strike.
stiff the rules are on. You know, if it was 5e, you'd have to go no, only on your turn, kind of like
No.
If it was 5e
Yeah,
and
it
it
would
said
actually-
turn, like sneak attack, I can actually do it
Yeah.
on each. I would be able to do
probably
it on my
actually be
turn
more
and
sneak
theirs.
attack.
Okay,
Sneak it.
then go for it.
I guess I can.
It
do a
doesn't say
regular
whose
attack.
turn does it. It says once
It just
per
says
No, just says
turn.
the turn.
Once on the turn. Okay. Like when the first 3 cards are flopped. And that.
And we're on card number 2.
It does make it a good bit more powerful when you have counterattack. So I don't mind just saying. I want to use a card too, real quick. I really hate these guys.
You really hate these guys? You hate them, huh? Stack those fucking buffs up on you, brother. Chainsaw.
He slices, he dices,
But wait,
he
He
rolls
makes
and
Manitou
spins.
fries.
But wait, there's more. Now how much would you pay?
Subscribe to Marb's YouTube right now.
so who all failed their fear check earlier?
I think Doc Fong did.
Timmons, Doc Fong and
Nice
CG,
roll.
3 of you did. Right?
Yeah, it was just Luke and Albert that was fine. Nice damage.
It takes a wound. Yeah, so don't forget that,
They're some tough bastards.
yeah. Those who fail any of their fear checks, are marked. You can't spend bennies to soak damage until the impending Los Diablos are defeated. That's
Okay.
a bad one.
Yeah, I'll say.
Bend the Benny to soak damage.
Okay, Sweet G, Brass Claws, missed with the first one and gets into this thing, and it snorts and pulls a Benny out of its butthole.
Figuratively speaking, I hope.
And does it soak? It did. Just so you
stunk,
guys
though,
know,
'cause it was
I am
a
not.
1.
I am not going. Yeah, it came close to a crit fail.
It was stinky. It was stinky though,
Yeah.
because it was a 1 there. Oh, it came out of my ass.
Yeah, I will not use GM bennies on these guys because they're tough enough. They each got 2 bennies of their own. So just to let you know up front, these guys are badass. And I've been waiting 19 levels to play them again. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you probably didn't notice right away, so it's only like 15.
All right, so did that guy go? He did go, didn't he? Brass Claws.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
he
missed
missed me.
and then he got counterattacked.
And he got
it's a miss me.
counterattacked.
I
That's
did
what it
not-
was. Okay. This guy, this bull leaps over this stone wall, lands in the middle of whoever's tent that was, throws its head from side to side. He's dragging the guy's tent off as he's munching on an MRE. And then he takes another couple steps right in here.
Wait,
and
we have MREs?
let's
Not
see.
anymore.
Who is he going after?
Manitou's ready to eat.
Timmons is odd.
Why is
even-
Timmons always odd?
Because it's you were born that way. We can't be judgmental or anything. He attacks Albert with his horns, and he comes around, whoa, and catches Albert like right underneath the rib cage.
Don't hit the mustache.
Timmons is
Ouch.
like, damn, Albert, you ride bulls better than everybody.
Albert, would he like to? Yes, he would like to.
That didn't work out too well.
Unfortunately, you can Benny that roll.
I could if he had any more bennies.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. He kind of flings Albert like up in the air. Got his horn underneath his rib cage, and Albert comes down, and you can just see the pain in his face. For those of you that can see Albert.
Timmons felt the bones cracking.
Oh yeah, you could hear it. You could feel it right next to you. Timmons, it's your turn.
Timmons is gonna freaking reload his shotgun and he doesn't want to be here. He wants to be somewhere else. I think he's gonna get back here, like up against these rocks. Can he climb up on the rock there? use some of his movement to like clamber up onto
You
the.
can. That's 20 foot tall. Of course, it's difficult terrain once you get over there. So that's 20 foot tall there. It's only 10 foot tall here on the ends. Maybe back over here.
So how much movement does it take to climb up 20 feet?
3 paces is 18 feet. 3 inches is 18 feet. So we'll say it's 18 feet tall. It's 3 pace to get up there times 2 is 6.
Oh, so he could easily with his pace of, what has he got, 6?
Yeah, he's got a pace of 8, doesn't he? Tim's got a pace of 8, I think, naturally.
Yeah. Yeah, pace of 8. So yeah, he's going to scramble up there. He's going to sacrifice his +2 on his shotgun, plus to hit, to reload and shoot down at Diablo 57 with 1 barrel.
All right.
You gave me some Wolfbane shotgun shells.
Somebody.
Yes.
Well, Timmons is going to try one of those. He doesn't know what it does, but he doesn't remember. But
He said it was good against werewolves. I don't know about anything else. But
right, Wolfsbane and bulls and shit.
What he just saw happen to Albert, he's looking for any edge he can get right now.
Yeah, that's what he shows one of those in and a regular shell, and he's going to shoot that one at that bull.
That's it.
Does it do anything? The Wolfsbane?
No.
I didn't know if it was a
different?
smite. I didn't know if it was a smite or do extra damage or something kind of thing.
No, it's actually a flavor thing we did against the werewolves, wasn't it? Brad wanted to do something specific. against
You did have it do extra damage against werewolves.
Yeah, it does extra damage against werewolves. Unharmed.
Yeah, Timmons is like, yeah, holy shit, guys, these things are killing us. At least Albert's dead, I think. He's gonna pass his turn.
I'm gonna have him make a smarts roll first, because this is the one that originally came after Timmons. So I don't think it matters. He's just looking for anything to hit, and he's not gonna get old squeezy cheese. I can tell you that. Luke Cunningham.
What, he just
Want to head
missed
up
me?
there?
Oh, he missed you. Yeah, he missed you. So here, I'll put Luke back.
What? I wasn't there.
Where were you at?
He was
Here? There. Okay. So before you go, he missed you. Are you gonna counter?
Yes.
Counter miss.
Okay. Now it's Luke's turn. Unless you want to Benny that. Sorry, Wicked.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm gonna save him just in case.
All right. Luke runs up on the rocks.
All right. Let's see. 3 action cast smite.
Wow.
Yes, that's with a raise. All right, sweet. And take a shot at this bad boy. Ooh. Well, that was BS, and I can't reroll damage in this game.
Do you need an herbal supplement for natural male enhancement because of that, Luke?
No.
You know what? I'll tell you what, guys. This is one of the encounters of encounters for Savage Worlds, Deadlands. I mean, so someone who thinks they're really good at persuasion with a -2 can try to persuade old Marshal Marbanya to allow rerolls of damage for bennies. This just for this combat.
I vote Alfonso.
Yeah, I summon Alonzo. It's a secret power.
Alonzo
no one
is
knows
not
about.
here. Who would like to roll a persuasion roll at -2 to see if the gods favor you this particular combat?
Timmons.
No.
Albert seems
Well.
most likely since he's laying on the ground bleeding to
Yeah.
death, but
Not me.
Unfortunately. No, I didn't say everybody can roll.
Oh, I was in the middle of doing it with Albert because I heard
Oh, were
do
you?
it with Albert.
And with a -2, you know what? That's a success. With a
with
-2.
minus-
You did say,
-2
oh, I
wound
thought that
penalties.
was Albert. That was Luke that rolled it. Okay, Luke. They said Albert. I'll let you not botch that for him. You guys can, this combat only, use bennies to re-roll your damage. So would you like to try to re-roll that damage?
I would.
that's a tough Benny right there.
Except I can't find him on the combat tracker.
It should just automatically.
He's directly underneath Luke. 3 hearts.
79.
3 hearts. Okay. I must have already dismissed the.
It's okay.
I like the
That's
sixes.
much better.
All right.
I'll take a wound.
Well, he has 2 bennies left. Oh.
Nope.
Unfortunately, it doesn't.
He has a Benny left.
The bulls come through. I need athletics rolls or agility rolls. Your choice.
This time Timmons is just gonna dodge out of the way.
Everybody.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Damn, Albert.
Whoa. He does have 3 wounds.
Yeah. He does. Another rushing cluster of cattle come by. Of these bulls stampeding through here. Well, I guess I just could have done it from here. Mrs. Albert. And who was Doc Fawn, the other one that failed?
Yeah.
And you kind of curl up and just you could taste the dust like fills your mouth as
Save
these
me,
things rush
tent!
through. Save me. You notice I didn't really put any tokens out there. It's just all these ghostly.
It's ghost, yeah.
This thing snorts, huffs, and puffs, and tries to blow somebody's house down. But instead, it huffs and puffs out a pace roll of 12. And he's chasing his quarry. Yes. Oh, that's a hit. Oh, fuck.
Not today.
Lucky break. Negate the damage from one successful attack. Very good use of a card. Very good use of a card, Minnow. So I'll just take that right away. Albert remains shaken.
That's rather problematic.
Is it? Does he not have any bennies left?
He does not.
I'm
I guess he curls up and becomes the best bull rider he can be.
This thing's gonna run in here to the meat shield, the only meat shield you guys have.
More like a meat popsicle.
There.
Hey, Timmons, a little help here?
Hold on, I'm still climbing up this to get away from the one that's killing Albert.
Squeezy's only shaking.
Yep.
Nice.
I think
Yeah,
just made
with the
Squeezy angry.
toughness, with the toughness bonus plus the armor bonus.
Yeah, it. I mean, if there's anybody that could have taken a hit like that, it'd be Sweezy. He's done. It is Sweezy's turn, and he's gonna shake that right off. He's like, "Yeah, bullshit."
Exactly.
I'm
Bullshit.
gonna
All of it.
start by entering wild attack
Oh,
because I need every little bit of damage I can get.
you done pissed off the Chinese priest, man. He's gonna lay it on you now.
With that, I'm gonna go ahead and take 2 actions as well.
Hit and a miss. And a wound. Where you at, Bull? Let's see. He's
77.
only got one. He's only got one Benny left, but he's gonna try to soak, and he does. But at least that one has no bennies left.
Second action. Miss. And then offhand attack.
And that one hits.
He's shaking.
This thing just kind of, and its head drops, and it's got like foamy blood dripping from its lips from this hole that you put in its chest. Doesn't seem to have slowed it down much, but it just freaks it out for a second.
Well, that's not good.
Oh, yeah, no, I was kind of hoping to keep Last Stand for another round.
Oh, Los Diablos got a Joker, so the Last Stand comes off. Last Stand comes off. Last Stand
Wait.
comes off. But
And that might be a good spot to stop too.
we are.
I'm gonna use Desperate Times to draw and play Last Stand again.
You know, for the end of
But
the
it can't be
round,
played on a turn with a Joker.
do what?
I don't think.
No, it just says until a Joker is drawn. It doesn't say you can't play it in there. I don't think.
Let's see. Let's
If
look
you could
at
double
the,
check.
Yeah. Open it up. Modules. Where's my adventure cards?
I was just going to scroll up until I found it. Last Stand. Your hero and all allies gain +2 parry toughness until the next Joker is filled. It does say next Joker, technically.
Yep. So you guys will get to keep that. You played your card. That's a great use of a card, and it is a good place to stop because we are at the top of the round. Well, Los Diablos gets that. So who did I not pull Last Stand off of? Timmons.
I put it
okay.
on.
Timmons has it. Timmons is good.
Okay.
Well, Doc can put him back on.
Yeah, put them back on the people that I pulled them off of. So yeah, there we go.
Probably
That
need to-
concludes a Savage Thursday, and this has been the most savage yet. I think this is going to be a deadly, deadly encounter.
Yeah, I think we might actually die from this one, but it's Savage Worlds. You never know.
There's not a better place to
I've
die
got one more
than...
question for a potential last card playing. While I'm thinking of it, does anybody have the cavalry card?
Negative.
This is relevant to a card I would play.
Here comes the cavalry. Timmons
Uh-huh.
does.
Oh, well, then I can't draw it from the deck.
Yeah, I'm not sure it would do you any good because remember, these things can't be hurt by anybody but the targets. Which is
No, I thought they
you.
couldn't hurt anything but the targets.
No, they can't be hurt by anything but the targets, and they won't attack anything but the targets.
Okay.
It works both ways. They have
So it's
specifically
a
been sent.
Concord flight of healing potions that drop down on our heads all the time.
No, we just get a lot of people that we hide behind.
I
Human
mean, the
shield.
help can come some other way. Help by healing us, yes.
Yeah, when you guys,
That's when the ghost of HG shows up.
when you
Or
guys
the ground
trip
becomes
that third glyph out there, you directly drew the attention, kind of like when the eye in when Sauron's
Mordor.
eye in Mordor spins and looks at Frodo because it's like, oh fuck, and you drew the attention of famine, and it's like looking at you now, and it's sent its little pack here against you. But
So what did we do to piss them off exactly?
you bled on a lightning bolt.
Well, that plans to, destroy the bad guys.
Well, it's a combination of all the things you guys have been doing. You've thwarted Grimm's, plans in several places. There's still fresh beef hitting California from, Big M Ranch because of you guys. On and on and on. Many things have happened. So, let's see. Is there anybody out there